The Lord of shortened force, 8 of swords, 4 wide, radiant, angelic hands, issuing from clouds, each holding 2 swords, points upwards. All the points touch near the top of the card. Hands issue 2 at each bottom angle of the card. The pose of the other sword symbols is re-established in the center, above and below the deacon symbols. Too much force applied to small things, too much attention to detail at the expense of the principal and more important points. When ill-dignified, these qualities produce malice, pettiness, and domineering characteristics, patience in detail of study, great care in some things, counterbalanced by equal disorder in others, impulsive, equally fond of giving or receiving money or presents, generous, clever, acute, selfish, and without strong feeling of affection, admires wisdom, yet applies it to small and unworthy objects, hard of, narrow, of short and force. The Lord of despair and cruelty, 9 of swords, 4 hands, is in the preceding figure. Hold 8 swords nearly upright, but with the points falling away from each other. A 5th hand holds a 9th sword upright in the center, as if it had struck them asunder. No rose at all is shown, as if it were not merely cut asunder, but utterly destroyed. Above and below are the deacon symbols. Despair, cruelty, pitilessness, malice, suffering, want, loss, misery, burden, oppression, labor, subtlety and craft, dishonesty, lying and slander. Yet also disobedience, faithfulness, patience, unselfishness, according to dignity, yes, or illness, suffering, malice, cruelty, pain, therein do and bear rule. The Lord of ruin. The Lord of ruin, 10 of swords, 4 hands holding 8 swords, as in the preceding symbol, the points falling away from each other. 2 hands hold 2 swords crossed in the center, as though the junction had disunited the others. No rose, flower, or bud is shown above and below, are representing the deacon. Almost a worse symbol than the 9 of swords, undisciplined, warring force, complete disruption, failure, ruin of all plans and projects, disdain, insolence, and impertinence, yet mirth and jollity therewith, a moral plot, loving to overthrow the happiness of others, a repeater of things, given to much unprofitable speech, and of many words, yet clever, eloquent, according to dignity, malkuth, ruin, death, defeat, disruption, herein the angels reign. The Lord of love. The Lord of The Lord of love, 2 of chalices, white radiant hand issuing from the lower part of the card from a cloud hold lotuses. A lotus flower rises above water, which occupies the lower part of the card, rising above the hand. From this flower rises a stem terminating near the top of the card in another lotus, from which flows a sparkling white water, as from a fountain. Crossed on the stem just beneath the 2 dolphins, argent and ore, onto which the water falls and from which it pours in full streams like jets of gold and silver into 2 cups, which in their turn overflow, flooding the lower part of the card. Above and below, harmony of masculine and feminine united, harmony, pleasure, mirth, subtlety, but if ill-dignified, folly, dissipation, waste, silly actions, kokma, marriage, love, pleasure, therein rule the angels.